teams in the Bucks Prem for the women's. Bath City women's against Cardiff Met women's. Alongside me, I have Gavin Donald. Gavin, what are your thoughts on today's game?
I think it's going to be a good one, Hadj. You know, our women are on a very good run. They've only dropped 2 points all season. You know, coming back off the win of a 6-2 win against Portsmouth last week, I've got to say the girls are our favourites today, especially after beating Bath 3-1 away.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. They are favourites, but I think the conditions could be a leveller. Cardiff Met just kick off here, kicking from right to left with Stacey Ayling passing it to Lucy Finch. Finch places it down to the right hand side, and a long ball is intercepted by the centre back.
Said Cardiff Met playing a 4-3-3 again today that they've worked so well throughout the season so far. With the back line being Finch, Westhoff, Matthias and Gunn. In midfield you got Dagnall and Ayling, with Maddie Shupback, the danger woman, playing just off the front of the striker, Liv Thompson. The two having a very good partnership already this season, Hadj.
Yes, absolutely fantastic, with Liv Thompson there trying to run down the left hand side, but she just ran out of room. Yes, Bath, I think today have come in here probably be a more defensive shape, looking to hit Cardiff Met on the counter attack. Ball's played into the midfield, and Cardiff Met trying to press high as they always do, with the ball going long down into Mia Blasey.
Taking out our own player there.
Yeah, very, very unusual there. But ball back to Jess Westhoff, who's been one of the rocks for Cardiff Met this season. I feel that she's the main reason why they've kept,
Great run from Finch.
Ball played over, hit slightly there for Liv Thompson. I feel like Liv Thompson's pace could be used a lot today to get past this Bath City back line, who don't exactly have much pace about them.
Yeah, I said we've seen her pace throughout this season already, Liv Thompson, and she's definitely going to be a threat. You know, the American triplet in this team are fantastic. Shupback, Westhoff and Thompson, certainly the danger women to look out for Cardiff Met today.
Yes, and I feel that's been the key. The American spine that you've just mentioned there have contributed a lot to Cardiff Met's success this season. Goal kick being hit long, flicked on by the left back, but Stacey Ayling there wins it, and a push in the back there. It's a free kick in a potentially dangerous area for Cardiff Met, allowing the centre backs to go forward, and Stacey Ayling is very dangerous in dead ball situations. She puts in a delightful ball in. Yeah,
I said she's already won our Met Skills of the Week this year with a fantastic goal last time out that we came to watch them play in that 4-1 victory against the local rivals, as Ayling puts the ball in.
There you go, ball cleared out, but only as far as Gunn, who just lets it go out for a throw-in.
Said so far so good for Cardiff Met here, Hadj. They're looking the most dangerous side, having most of the ball as well.
Yeah, I feel that they were always going to come here with having the most possession. But Bath here win the ball back quite high up, playing some midfield. Lovely slide-in, ball down to the right-hand side. But Lucy Finch there is ready to sweep up and just clear it out for a throw-in.
Said a very good start to the game from Finch. She's had a couple of good turns, a nice drive with the ball there, and very well marshalling the danger woman for Bath today, Blasey.
Yeah, like I said, Bath City here probably looking to come in and counter-attack. Throw-in played in. Back to Alice Baker.
Shots of offside there, but not given by the referee.
Ball whipped in, but Stacey's there to clear her lines, only as far as Theochoris. Shutback wins it, plays it straight to Liv Thompson. Liv Thompson down to the left-hand side there to Millie Pearce, but who shrugs off her defender. Bath City doing quite a high press, but lovely ball down
Thompson's
the line.
in. Thompson's in.
Thompson's going to use her pace. Oh, she's just unable to control it, and Bath City are able to come back and sweep it clear. But nearly intercepted there. That's the first example of Liv Thompson using her pace to get beyond the Bath City defence.
I said that's exactly what you want Thompson to do. Shut back, almost knowing exactly where she's going to make that run, putting the ball into a dangerous area for her, and fortunately Thompson just couldn't bring it down.
Yeah, I feel that Shubak and Liv Thompson, they've almost got a telepathic connection as they've gone on through the season. But Bath City win the ball back, play it down the right-hand side, but Gunn there is easily there to clear it out for a throw-in.
Well defended.
Yeah, we can see here that Bath City have almost set up with a 4-3-3/4-2-3-1. They're not trying to commit that many bodies forward, potentially knowing the threat that Liv Thompson poses in behind.
Yeah, as we said, that's already one ball over the top, and that's going to be a clear tactic for Met today, utilising Liv Thompson's scintillating pace.
Yeah, Stacey Ayling there wins the ball, goes as far as Shutback, who flicks it on. And
well, good play
Dagnall
for
there.
Dagnall.
Dagnall, lovely play, backs it back to Gunn. Cardiff Met just trying to play out from the back, but Bath pressing again, and they win the ball nice and high up now. Bath attacking with Florence Fife, who just runs into Matthias, and Westhoff there clears it down the line. And Liv Thompson, great pressure there, using her pace. She's able to win the ball.
Strength.
Great strength.
Pierce in the box.
Where's the ball in? And oh my God, what a chance by Millie Pierce, who should have buried that. But again, that's another example of just an aimless ball over the top, and Liv Thompson makes it so good pass.
I said Liv Thompson there, just scintillating pace down the line. And she's such a danger woman for Cardiff Met. She's so quick, she's so powerful. And that's a brilliant ball into the box, and Pierce has got to do better.
Yeah, that's got to be buried there. She potentially went with the wrong foot. She should have opened up that left foot and just slammed it home to be 1-0. Bath City there under the cosh already early doors, but able to get away with one.
Thompson, Pusey and Pierce are going to be very, very important for Cardiff Met today, using their pace and getting that ball in and giving width to the girls today.
Yeah, absolutely. Liv Thompson and Millie Pierce are more of the pace, direct, taking on a player, whereas Pusey tends to come inside. Throwing there deep inside Bath territory. Cardiff Met, nice high line. Great press there by Dagnall. And Dagnall wins it back, and Liv Thompson's lovely, great feet. Great press again, and Dagnall wins it back. Passes it to Pierce. But Pierce's pass gets intercepted only as far as Matthias.
The wonderful touch from Matthias there.
Oh, delightful, lovely little pass. Unlucky with the execution. Ball flicked on there.
Finch, a lovely body feint again, selling the woman a treat there.
She's very composed at the back. Finch,
and again, wonderful
very
from
good
Finch.
Play. Lovely pass into Liv Thompson. Liv Thompson got time there. She could have potentially turned and been more direct, but she passes back to the gun. Finds Matthias. Oh, Matthias makes a slip, and the ball's in with
well played, Westhoff.
Oh, but Westhoff, fantastic recovery there. Randall kicks along. Liv Thompson tries to put some pressure on. Bath keeping possession, lovely threaded pass in between the lines. Ball again down the line, but just offside. Within the opening minutes, there's been a pattern of play where Bath are looking the gap between the left back and the left centre half there.
I said it's difficult to watch, sometimes because we're so good on the ball, and sometimes our defenders just have a little bit of a lapse of concentration. And Matthias nearly let Blazy in there, who's certainly the danger one for Bath today.
Yes.
But we've been so dominant in possession. You don't want something like that to cost us a foothold in the game.
No, absolutely not. Cardiff Met comfortably keeping the ball out the back.
Ball over the top for Thompson to chase.
Ball over the top there. Liv Thompson pressing the keeper, who goes long. But Dagnall again is there to sweep up. Dagnall down the right hand side. She manages to charge her way through and puts the ball in. Liv Thompson's on the edge of the box. Shoeback!
Just over.
Edge of the box. Shoeback just didn't get the right connection there.
You'd be expecting Maddie Shoeback to score from there. She's been so deadly the last couple of weeks. Oh, that's disappointing from the American there. Wonderful play again from Dagnall.
Absolutely. Dagnall there almost bullying her way through down the right hand side. Liv Thompson setting Shoeback. It's almost as if she slightly leant back to get a poor connection. That is another chance there for Cardiff Met.
Yeah, two gilt-edge opportunities for the two Americans today, and you really think that Cardiff Met should be 2-0 up here.
Goal kick again, going long. But great press from Cardiff Met, and the ball get hoofed long from the centre half there. And Matthias is there to sweep it up. But great press from Bath. Matthias able to clear her lines, but a sloppy pass finds the right back. Oh, that's a sloppy pass by the right back. But again, Bath City, who we thought might have stayed back a bit, I've actually put on quite a high press, and I've nearly got a couple mistakes out of Cardiff Met.
Yeah, I think Matthias has been a little bit careless on the ball there, Hadge. You know, she's taken a lot of time and she's seen Finch doing it so effectively, and I think sometimes you just got to put your foot through it and get the danger away from your area.
You completely agree. There's a time and place to play, and you just need to find out. But Schubach's able to flick it on, and Liv Thompson uses her pace again. 1v1 against the centre half, but the centre half gets the better of Liv Thompson right now. Yeah, great defence. Lovely 1-2, but Matthias is there to sweep up.
That's much better.
That's more like it. Put her foot through it there. They can't score from the touchline, as they've always said.
She must have heard me there, Hadge, because she certainly gave that a wallop.
Absolutely. It's so hard. There's actually gone outside of the pitch.
I said just Bath starting to creep into the game a little bit more. Some nice passing, some good use of triangles down that right-hand side.
Yeah. Yeah, but a gun, Dagnall there again is able to sweep up. She's been extremely solid in these opening minutes and is able to sweep up again. A second ball, place it down to Pierce, who gives the ball away.
Thompson putting pressure on the centre-back.
Long ball again, but Westhoff is there to clear her lines. Shoot back, battling away there. Ball flicked on. Pierce. Oh, that's a little slice from the right back, and Pusey could capitalise on it. No, not quite. Stacey Ayling hooks it on. Oh, lovely control from the left back there, and Bath are looking to play their way out, but Dagnall
challenge Dagnall
again. Fantastic play from Dagnall.
Over the top to Pusey, down the right hand side.
Pusey, lovely pace there. She whips the ball in, but the defender now gets a better connection and clears her lines. Bath are able to carry the ball out of the danger area and go long for Blasey. Blasey's on the run, but the ball again, the surface just
well played, Randall.
Away.
Stacey Ayling struggling in midfield here, Hadge. It looks like she might have picked up a little knock.
Yeah, she might have picked up a little knock from when she hooked the ball on earlier.
That's wonderful sweeper keeper stuff there. Manuel Neuer-esque from Estelle Randall.
Randall there, still on the ball. Bath staying high, which is surprising considering the pace of Liv Thompson there. Westhoff plays it to Matthias. Lovely pass into Dagnall, and her pass is a bit loose there to Gunn, and it just puts a bit more pressure on the Cardiff Met back four. Randall goes long, but aimlessly long, and the centre half is there to win it on. Ball one with Pierce. Got time, but again, no time on the ball there. Chelsea Hill able to put pressure on, and she still has the ball somehow. Oh, that's a bit late from Dagnall, and rightfully is a free kick there.
That's a strong challenge from Dagnall there.
Solid challenge, but that's the kind of player she is. She's won all her second balls and has added some composure to somewhat sloppy play at times for Cardiff Met.
So she's lucky there to not get away with at least a talking to from the referee. That was a very hard challenge on Chelsea Hill, and I don't think Hill's appreciated that at all, Hadge.
Nah, absolutely not. It's a bit of a feisty affair. There's obviously the Bath and Cardiff Met rivalry obviously has gone on throughout the years. Yeah. As you said, we went down to their place and got the 3-1 win earlier on this season, causing us to still be 1 point ahead of Bath. But free kick taken here by Florence Five. She whips her ball into quite a dangerous area there.
Well marshalled though.
And it's well marshalled for a goal kick. But again, there is a little niggly foul.
A little bit of afters on shot back there, but
yeah, absolutely, that's unnecessary, and she's quite lucky not to get away with a talking to.
As you said, it's certainly a feisty affair, but I would rather have a shower than a bath, Hadge.
Completely agree with you there, Gavin. But again, Bath staying high up, which most teams don't do, causing Cardiff Met to go long, and they win the second balls there, down with Chelsea Hill.
Certainly seems to be causing our centre-backs a bit of a problem, but Ayling, the captain, sweeps up there. So still struggling with her injury though, Hadge.
Yeah, she still looks like she's hobbling a bit. Keep an eye on that. She might need to be subbed off early. Dagnall unable to control the ball, but now Liv Thompson, good shielding, lovely feet, but great press again, and Fife is there to win the ball. Great strength from Fife. That's a bit of an unfortunate one. Schubach there causing some pressure on Fife, who I feel could be the key to getting Bath ticking today.
Said I've had the pleasure of being able to watch this Cardiff Met women's team play a couple of times this year, and this is the first time I've seen them be pressed like they press other teams, and it seems to be causing the centre-backs a couple of problems here today, Hadge.
Yeah, considerably so. They're not used to teams pressing them, but ball down the left-hand side there. Makes it to the byline. Oh, that's just gone out of play there for a goal kick.
I said they're certainly having some joy with, you know, having the wing backs bomb forward.
Yeah,
today.
absolutely. I think Chelsea Hill there and Fife are the two main players that are causing Cardiff Met some problems. Dagnall again, Randall going long there, but Bath again winning the ball back. A ball down to Hill, who finds Fife, goes for a long ranger, but it's comfortably saved there by Randall, who has had a lot to do and probably equally the amount she's had to do than the previous 3 games combined, really.
I would imagine so. It seems that Randall only seems to be picking the ball out of the net most of the time these days, Hadge.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, completely agree with that. Bath again, hook it on. Ball over the top of Westhoff is there to win a header, and Matthias swipes it clear. Dagnall again wins her second ball, sets Ayling for a long ball over the top there for Liv Thompson to counter, and great press there for Liv Thompson. The centre back hooks it to the left back, who clears it. But Dagnall again there, being snappy in her challenges. If anything, she seems to be one of the sharper players on the pitch for Cardiff Met currently.
Yeah, I think Dagnall's had a very good start to the game. I think she's trying to compose the team a little bit. They seem to be rushing and trying to force that long ball over the top to Thompson, where, you know, they've got the opportunity to just bring the ball down like they did in the first 5 minutes and try and build something up instead of just playing that long ball. But what a flick from Thompson.
Beautiful flick to Schuback. Schuback there 1v1 with a centre half. Lovely step over. Oh, but she's just overran the ball there.
She overplayed that there.
Yeah, lovely feet there by Five. Oh, could be a counter attack, and she plays the ball. Oh, that is a poor decision there from Five. The heel was through on goal there. She
Heel
made
had
the wrong
acres
decision.
of space down that right hand side.
Westhoff there with on the ball, places to Liv Thompson, who sets Schuback with some time on the ball to play a lovely diagonal place to Pusey. What a delightful pass. Pusey there 1v1 with the left back. She whips the ball in for Liv Thompson, and the header swiped away from the goalkeeper. Oh, what a chance, and Liv Thompson just couldn't get the connection on the header.
What was Powell trying to do with that? She tried to punch it out when she could have caught it.
Absolutely, almost flaps away at it. But on the other hand, Fife with a lovely diagonal ball down to the left-hand side there. Ball flicked over Finch. Time to control it. Oh, what great play there by Matthias. But the ball's still not clear. Finch getting put under some pressure, but Ayling there, nice and calm and composed, gets the ball and hoofs it long to Liv Thompson, who does some great holder play there. But she loses the ball again. Westhoff, bit of calm there after a couple minutes of an open and stormy game. One chance for Liv Thompson, and at the other end, Bath could have easily have had their own 1v1 chance.
Said Thompson looking like she's playing a completely different game to the rest of her compatriots today. Well, a certain foul on Thompson there.
Absolute foul. Thompson causing some problems. Then she seems to have utilised and understood that the right centre half might be the weaker of the two centre halves, because that's where she seems to be going to play most of her game. She's
running her ragged here, Hadge. I think she's going to be in for a long day, and Thompson's certainly looking the most threatening at the moment, and should have had that ball back from Schuback there. She was in acres of space.
Yeah. Long ball there from Westhoff, who finds Schuback, who's onside.
That's a penalty!
And it is a penalty, and she's the last player. But is the referee going to see it as a card? It could be, but the rules today, that could be a yellow card. It depends on whether if he sees it as a cynical play or not.
I mean, Hadge, she's 2 yards away from goal. Maddie Schuback is scoring here. It's a yellow card.
And it's a yellow card. What a decision there. I'm not too sure there. There's a bit of a grey area with the decision. She might have been going for the ball, but by the looks of things, it was cynical, and she absolutely deserves to be sent off.
She's absolutely hacked Maddie Schuback there. But
absolutely. But here, Schuback, he makes it. Schuback here from the spot. Schuback! 1-0! Nice, calm, composed penalty from Schuback, considering that the ball was actually rolling, and in the laws of the game, that needs to be a retake.
Well, it doesn't seem like the referee's caring too much there, but ball over the top from Matthias into that area, and a wonderful take and control from Schuback, and drawing the foul from the centre back there, but that's coolly and calmly slotted away.
Delightful play there, absolutely. But not too much protest from the Bath City players, considering the ball was rolling. But Finch, long ball there, dealt by Finch, but great press. Finch calmly skips past the player.
She's been excellent so far down this right-hand side.
I mean, those are two major talking points there, whether it should have been a red card and the ball rolling. And I mean, we've seen it in the Premier League, players saying that with the ball rolling, it needs to be a free kick. And they need to retake it, but the referee clearly wasn't having it.
Yeah, but that's wonderful play to go 1-0 up for Cardiff Met. Certainly deserved as well, Hadge.
Absolutely well deserved there. But again, Bath pressing high. Ball fizzed into Ayling. Ayling finds Randall. Seems to be a bit of unrest in the Cardiff Met back four. They're not happy with the Bath press.
No, they're not, but that's a wonderful start. 18 minutes into the game and you get a goal like that, and it certainly has been coming for Cardiff Met. They probably should be 2 or 3 up by now, Hadj, but
Yeah.
I think that's certainly a deserved goal.
Fife there down the right hand side, puts a lovely diagonal in, and Westhoff with a sloppy header there goes only as far as Chelsea, but Matthias is there to cover her teammate. Gunn plays it down to Pierce.
That's good play again from Pierce. The two, Pierce and Thompson, have held the ball up well today so far.
Delightful play, but Pusey again, who's had a bit of a quiet game down the right side, has put on some lovely balls in that could have potentially been goals.
Yeah, she has looked threatening down that right hand side, and 2 quality balls in. One that fell to the edge of the box for Maddie Shubak after the layoff from Liv Thompson, and then also that header chance for Liv Thompson again there at the end. And she certainly has had some joy down that right hand side when Met have got the ball.
Yeah, Shubak there plays a ball down the line. What a fantastic ball there! Liv Thompson using her pace, running down the right hand side, cuts back inside. Liv Thompson still on the ball, finds Ayling. Ayling to Shubak with acres of space again. Shubak plays into Liv Thompson, who's just offside, and that's quite poor there as a striker.
Scintillating play again, though.
That's beautiful play there, absolutely. But Liv Thompson, as a striker, you can see across the line, you can't be getting caught offside there.
Yeah, she's going to be disappointed with that, Hadj, I agree. But that's just a classic example of how dangerous she can be when you put the ball into the channel. She brings everybody into the game, and that was another scintillating move that nearly finished in a goal there.
Yeah, that was absolutely gorgeous play here. Lovely little battle down the right hand side, and Gunn is there. There you go. Ball with Dagnall. Dagnall plays over the top again for Liv Thompson to chase it down. She's chasing down the centre half, who kicks out of her throw. And them centre halves surely need to understand now that they're not going to get a moment of peace at the back, and they really are going to be in for probably the toughest game of their season.
Yeah, Nicola Bywater and Asia Harbour-Brown are certainly being run ragged by Liv Thompson so far at the start of this first half, Hadj.
Yeah. Ball headed down to Gunn, who puts a lovely ball in. Oh, and Pusey's just offside.
I'm not sure she was offside there, Hadj.
I'm not too sure. She looked level when Gunn kicked it, but the referee clearly called it offside because he had a better angle than we did.
I said about the left backs look to be playing on from my angle here, Hadj, and that's probably another chance that's gone begging for Cardiff.
Yeah, it's a bit of sloppy play there, especially with the pace of the front three. They really don't need to be getting caught offside. Ball goes long, and Fife is able to control it. Great press there by Shubak, and Dagnall's able to win the ball, who finds Ayling. Ayling balls over the top there for Pierce, who's another offside. That is 3 offsides within potentially a 90-second period. And like I've said, they have the pace to outrun these defenders, and they just shouldn't be caught offside.
You said you just need to curve your run that extra second. I mean, certainly Thompson and Pierce have been having a bit of fun with the centre-backs today with their pace and causing them a lot of problems. And, you know, they can afford to give themselves that extra couple of metres.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you there. And I was reading today that Cardiff Met have only kept 2 clean sheets all season. So even though we're playing very well, there is still optimism there for Bath City that they could get their chances and take one.
Yes, I think this comes back to a little bit of you know, a lack of complacency and just there's the ball nearly hits me in the face there, Hadj. Yeah, sometimes they just a little bit complacent in defence at times, Cardiff Met. As we've seen, Matthias has given the ball away twice today. And last time out when we watched Cardiff City, a little bit of a mix-up between the 2 centre-halves when we were cruising in that game. It certainly cost us a point this season.
Yeah, considerably so. And this wind, for people who are watching, they don't quite understand that it is an extremely strong, wet and windy day. But ball there over the top. Ball letting it bounce there, and Liv Thompson again winning the battle with the centre-half. She finds Dagnall. Dagnall plays it down the line for Pierce.
It was offside again.
Offside. They're just not learning their lesson, are they? But going back to it, for people who are watching, they don't quite understand exactly how strong this wind is, and it could be seen as a leveller. It
could be, yes, definitely affecting the flight of the ball there, as you saw when it bounced a little bit more than Harbour-Brown thought it would.
Yeah.
He'll having a lot of joy down this right-hand side as well. Yeah. Shubak in midfield.
Yeah, good.
Well played
Hayes,
again
lovely
from
Dagnall, winning it. She's been fantastic. Bit of pressure there, but Dagnall, great strength, but great press there, and it wins the ball back clearly. Bath places it down to 5. 5 dribbling inside. It's poor execution there. The left back was on there all day long, but 5 still has the ball. Plays the ball down the line to the left full back there, who have bombed on. Lovely defending there. Nice and tight from Finch, and just clears their lines for a corner.
I have to say, although a lot of plaudits are going to go to Liv Thompson and Maddie Shupak so far, the most impressive play for me has been Finch. She's been excellent with the ball at her feet. She's certainly beaten a lot of her women on that side as well, and she's driven forward with a lot of purpose today, Hadj.
Yeah, she's been extremely calm and composed on the ball there. Some delightful turns, some beautiful touches there to get past her defender. But I think Finch and Westhoff are a couple of unsung heroes here, with Liv Thompson and Shupak getting the main plaudits. Ball whipped in there from Bath, and Westhoff there is able to clear it, but not as far as she wants. Bit of a scramble, and it's hooked on from Finch to Liv Thompson.
Well
Lovely
played,
play there, delightful. Dagnall with
just
the
so
ball
composed
now.
on the ball.
Cardiff get on the counter attack. Liv Thompson stretching their legs there, using her pace, putting pressure on. That's soft. That is soft.
She looks so threatening when she gets those legs up, doesn't she? She's so fast across the ground.
Yeah, I don't actually quite know exactly what that free kick was for there.
Neither do I, Hadj. I think possibly a shove in the back from Liv Thompson on the left back as she went past her. But
it was definitely a small shove, that's for sure.
Yes, exactly. But as you said, 1-0 to Cardiff Met here from a shut-back penalty.
Yeah, nearly reaching the half-an-hour mark here at the Kincoid Stadium, and Liv Thompson flicks it on. Lovely ball there. Just overhit again by Pearce.
She's having a lot of opportunities on the ball here, Hadj. She just needs to take that extra little bit of care with her final pass, and I'm sure that she's going to create a couple of opportunities for her teammates.
Yeah, completely agree with that. Long ball hoofed on, but Matthias is able to win her header there, only as far as 5, and Westhoff wins her header. Westhoff just doesn't lose headers. Dagnall down to Finch. Oh, that's just great play from Dagnall to win the ball back, but she loses it again. Ball to Blazy. Blazy, that is a long and ambitious,
speculative effort from about 35 yards out there.
I completely agree with that. It's got to be something special to beat Randall from that far. Sloppy from Finch there, almost got caught out.
Oh, Megs from Dagnall in midfield there. That's certainly a fine.
Matthias on the ball now, finding Shupak, who's just been everywhere. Her heat map must be considerably big, but Shupak gives it away to Hayes.
A little bit of lack of communication between Shupak and
Hayes. Plays it forward, and Westhoff's there for the clearance. Great press there from Liv Thompson. Centre half driving with the ball. Shupak, strong challenge, but the centre half goes for another speculative effort here.
A lot of long range shots from Bywater from centre back. You know, having a good run up from midfield there and through from centre back, but you're just having a shot from 30 yards, and that's not going to trouble a keeper the standard of Randall.
No, absolutely not there. Ball with Fife. Plays it down to Hayes, who's had a lot of the ball this first half,
challenge
and a
from Gunn.
solid challenge there from Gunn. But yeah, the main threat seems to be down this right-hand side there, with Fife combining with Hayes.
Yeah, Chelsea Hill certainly having a good game at number 7 on the right wing for Bath today. She's probably been the most threatening at times, but well cut out from Shupak.
But Hayes there again, winning the ball back, running down the right-hand side, and that is
heels clip.
That's advantage. Referee's played advantage there, with Hayes still on the ball. That's brilliant defending, great shepherding there, letting the ball just run out. That is a bit of a dubious one. Everyone just stopped expecting the referee to blow, and Hayes nearly got in there.
You've got to play to the whistle, Hadj, and that's again a little bit of lack of initiative, a bit of loss of complacency, a bit of complacency there from Matthias, where she just lets Heel go down. Lack of communication again from the centre backs there, Hadj, I think, causing another problem.
Yeah, and it constantly seems to be the same themes there: communication, mentality. It's all just minor stuff that they can easily eradicate. But ball there with Blazy. Oh, that's a bit of a late one, and yeah, it is a free kick here for Bath. That was a bit of a late one from Matthias there. She needs to just keep her head here. I know she's had a couple of mistakes, but in this weather, I think everyone's expected to make a couple of mistakes.
Yeah, I think it's just a little, again, we've talked about it today, Hadj, that there's been certainly a bit of complacency from Cardiff Met throughout the season, which is why they've only kept those 2 clean sheets. But luckily they've outscored every team that they've played pretty much so far, apart from that 2-2 draw a couple of weeks ago away to Hertfordshire, which are their only drop points this season. With 5 stands over it.
Yeah, 5 from about 25 yards out. Whips the ball, but again, it's just a comfortable save for Randall, not really causing her any trouble at all.
Yeah, it's been a lot of long-range speculative efforts from Bath so far this afternoon.
Yeah, if anything, they just seem to just lack that little bit of quality and cutting edge in the final third to be able to penetrate this a bit sloppy of a back four.
Yeah, I think, but you know, you've got to be worried if you're Bath, because we've had so many opportunities so far, Cardiff Met, this first half, that it could be 3 or 4, and you don't want to keep giving opportunities to the likes of Thompson and Shootback, who are definitely going to punish you.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've just gone past the half-hour mark here at the Kincoid campus, where Cardiff Met Women's are playing Bath Uni Women's 1-0 with a penalty from Shootback in the early openings
Ball
of the
down
game.
to Blazy, who could have been offside there.
Yeah, she looked a little bit off, but Lino there letting it go. Blazy 1v1 against Westhoff. Plays the ball back there with plenty of time. Lovely challenge there from Dagnall. And Westhoff's bit of a slice there, a bit of a uncharacteristically uncomposed. 5. Lovely ball fizzed into number 15, and another speculative shot, which again just causes no trouble, and Shootback sets Westhoff, who just clears her lines.
So it is a little bit sloppy at times, lacking a bit of composure. I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Hadj.
Yeah.
Even though Cardiff Met are 1-0 up, there seems to be a lack of composure on the pitch at the moment. Somebody needs to take the game by the scruff of the neck and pull the ball down for a bit.
Yeah, completely agree. And well, speaking of keeping composure, Dagnall with their lovely little feet to get past her player. Ball down the line from Pierce to Shootback, and Bywater is there to clear it out for a throw-in. But yeah, I absolutely agree with you. If anything, I think maybe Dagnall's been a bit more composed and is maybe looking to get on the ball a bit more than Ayling, who is a solid holding midfielder.
Yeah, I think I've seen a little bit of a change of formation here. Maybe a 3-4-3 at the moment from Bath, with 3 centre-backs.
You might be right there, and if so, that is very dangerous play there. Going woman for woman in their back 3 against the front 3, that is asking for trouble.
Certainly seems that way in attack, maybe not in defence, but the way they were shaping up in attack, the right back here was certainly halfway up the pitch. Yeah,
it allows them to be susceptible there to the counter attack, but I don't think Bath needs to do anything too drastic. They've had their chances and they shouldn't really go for the gung-ho just yet. And a long ball there over the top, but Westhoff is there to clear her lines comfortably and sets Randall, who clears it down the line. And Dagnall, yeah, just coming back from an offside position. But Westhoff again, solid, composed. She never seems to be flustered at the back. She always seems to have time that no other centre-half does.
Yeah, she's certainly got a lot of pace as well, hasn't she? Which helps her against that run from Blazy there. You think that the centre-half is going to be beaten there by the striker, but Westhoff's just got so much time, so much pace that she's able to marshal a woman back.
Go Bywater here. About to take the free kick on the halfway. Kicks it along to...
It's very composed from Stacey Ayling. She certainly does have that air of composure, doesn't she, the Cardiff Met?
Oh, that is absolutely delightful with an skill from Bywater. But then again, lacks composure and just kicks it as far as Finch. Finch, great strength.
It's got to be a foul, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, fantastic composure for Finch.
Finch has been fantastic down that right-hand side. She's let nothing fluster her whatsoever, and she's beaten her woman almost every time, Hadj.
Yeah, gorgeous play there. But if you just go back to the Bywater touch, I'd love to have the silky skills she has there.
Oh, that's plucking it out of the sky, Hadj. I know you're hopefully going to pull a couple of those moves out later in the men's game against Bath.
Hopefully. Long ball in from Westhoff. Oh, it's...
Just bounce in the box and
offside again.
It's just offside 6 or 7 times when there's needless to be, but
absolutely.
That's another long ball that's causing a problem in there with the Bath centre-backs just letting the ball land there, Hadj. You can't do that.
No, you just can't. First rule of defending, never let the ball bounce.
Oh. As we said, Hadj, you'll be playing later on in the men's game. Please stick around to Cardiff Met Sport TV to watch that, and you're going to put on performance for the guys?
Hopefully I'd like to think so. And that's the thing we can put on a performance to get the 3 points. But Schuback there, able to twist and turn and a bit of a slice. Oh my God, she nearly sliced into her own net.
What an own goal that would have been.
That could have been contender for goal of the season, let alone what a slice that was.
Harbour Brown is going to be very happy that that didn't go in the back of her own net there.
Yeah, absolutely. God, from where he looked like, it looks like he was going into the top corner.
It did. I thought it hit the stanchion there.
Yeah, but absolutely. It's only, thankfully, a corner here for Schuback, who whips it in. Long ball, free header for Ayling! Oh, she's
another opportunity, Hatch.
Another one that goes begging. And with each opportunity there, I'm sure the Bath bench will be thinking, could this be our day? Could we nick something from today's game?
Exactly, it's just going to hearten the Bath team, and we've had so many good opportunities this first half, Hatch. It should be 4 or 5-0 maybe.
Yeah, but unfortunately it's not. And if we put a little bit of, Bath playing out from the back dangerously, is the ball going to reach it out? It hasn't gone out the box. No, that is sloppy play, that is. That is the comedy of errors, that.
We get to retake it again.
If we just have a little bit of context to today's game, they're top 2. Cardiff Met are top by 1 point. They win, they go 4 points clear now and almost guaranteed to finish top.
Yes, and they've also got a game in hand over their rivals, and this is certainly a big game. As we said, 3-1 earlier on in the season. I believe Maddie Schuback having a hand in a couple of goals there as well. She's already scored once today.
Liv Thompson there, through to Schuback. Schuback, little toe poke, but it's just comfortably saved again.
As talk of the woman, talk of the time, and she's always there or thereabouts, isn't she, Maddie Schuback, causing problems.
Lovely header there from Ayling to Dagnall, and Finch just calm and composed as she's been the whole of this first half. Dagnall gave a sloppy ball away, which hasn't been said too much in this first half.
She's been excellent this first half.
Long, aimless ball forward there, and easy for Randall, who we've said that she's been a bit busy, but she hasn't really been tested. It's mainly just been long distance, soft shots.
Flick on. Yes, they has, and she's done really well as a sweeper keeper, helping her defenders there, because there's been a lot of balls that have been over the top, but she's also been there to cover that, and that also helps your defence, doesn't it, Hatch?
Yeah, absolutely. Having someone there to know that will always be there to cover you if you do make a mistake. Long ball, bit of misunderstanding there, and ball plays into Blazy. Westhoff there again clears her lines, but wins it back. Down to 5. 5 goes right.
Save, Randall.
That is another save. It's straight at her, but at least this time they're shooting from a bit closer.
Yeah, as I said, and that's the danger that you have after missing a lot of opportunities. If that goes in, it's 1-1, where it could be, the game could be dead and buried, Hadge, and we just a little bit of lack of composure at the back again from Westhoff, which is uncharacteristic. But you've got to watch that.
Matthias plays into Schuback, who's able to hook it on to Gunn down the left-hand side. Sets Matthias for a long ball over the top, but Liv Thompson to chase it. Bywater is not going to keep up with Liv Thompson. Liv Thompson stars the ball down the left-hand side. 1v1 against Bywater. She cuts inside. She sets Pusey. Pusey plays it to Ayling. Cuts inside on the left foot. Ayling! Oh my
what a strike!
What a delightful curling shot. Just didn't get the bend on it.
I said that's just another glorious opportunity, and I thought that was flying into the top corner. Yet again from Stacey Ayling.
Wow. Vicky Powell was just left standing, rooted to the spot there, hoping it wouldn't get the curl it needed, and again it didn't.
But playing out from the back. Brown.
Playing out from the back there, only encouraging Cardiff Met to press them and gets a throwing. But again, just a long ball down the line. Bywater was never going to keep up with Liv Thompson.
Thompson has just been absolutely scintillating when the ball's been played into the channel, and that is just what she does, isn't it, Hadge?
Absolutely. Gunn with the left-hand side, manages fortuitously to get past Hayes, finds Pierce, but is unable to control it. If I was the Bath centre half, so I'd be looking for half time to recharge my batteries.
Yes, Harbour Brown and Bywater have really been having a struggle with Liv Thompson's pace this first half, but I think, as we've seen down here at Kincoid Campus at the Fortress, everybody seems to struggle with Liv Thompson's pace, Hadge.
Long ball there from Ayling to Liv Thompson. Is she going to use her pace? She gets there in front of the keeper.
Great save, Powell.
I don't know if it's more of a great save or if anything she just hit
her.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think she knew much about it.
But I said any part of the body you can get in the way, Hadge, it makes it a good save, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Schuback there, lovely strength.
Oh, great turn, Maddie Schuback.
She leaves the player on her backside, plays the ball. Well, she blocks it with her backside. That's a bit of strange defending. I don't think I've ever seen someone block it with her backside like that.
That's a lot more pressure, and the Bath team are certainly seem to be annoyed with each other there, Hadge.
Yeah, Dagnall there finds a little pocket. Oh, that's just overhit. That's just poor technique there. There was loads of space. What is Powell doing?
Good ball though.
Good ball. Take that back. Curse of the commentator.
So we're going into the last 5 minutes of this half, Hadge. I certainly think that Cardiff Met have had the better, but you know they keep leaking a couple of chances.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, in the second half, the way this weather's going, Bath is going to have the wind, and Cardiff Met should expect to get more pressure put on them by Bath. So I feel that these chances, hopefully it doesn't, but it could come back to haunt them. Matthias there on the ball. Another long ball. Somehow finds Pusey, but no, long ball over the top, and Westhoff's there, calm, composed.
Oh,
delightful
lovely turn,
play.
Westhoff.
Honestly, I need to get some tips from some of these girls because I definitely don't have the composure she does at the back. Ailing, long ball over the top, hoping for Liv Thompson, who's not able to control it.
Yeah, so that certainly seems to be the tactic which has worked so well today for Cardiff Met, is putting the ball into the channel for Liv Thompson to get on the end of it.
Westhoff there again, blocks the cross, finds Finch. That is beautiful, beautiful play.
Yeah, wonderful.
Finch all the time in the world to find Liv Thompson, unable to control that. That was a bit of a fierce ball in there. Very hard to control from Liv Thompson. Lovely play from Fife. Delightful 1-2 down the left-hand side. Is she able to keep the ball in? Yes, she. No, not quite.
Said Fife and Chelsea Neal have certainly seemed like they've had the better of the game for Bath today, and they look like the two danger women have.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Bath players, they all seem to be in second, third gear, whereas Fife seems to be driving up to fourth or fifth gear there. Yeah. But Dagnall wins the ball.
I know we've talked about a couple of bit about Bath having a lot of shots on target from a long way, but I'd like to see us test Powell a little bit more. We haven't really seen her make a save apart from that attempted push off of a Liv Thompson header, and I think that she's certainly susceptible if we have a couple of long shots at her, Hadge. Yeah,
I think she could be. She is a bit of a hot and cold goalkeeper. That's a blatant push in the back there. Yeah, that's a deserved yellow card. That's not even a push, that's just a rugby tackle.
I said Bywater, and now another on yellow cards, and Bywater very lucky to stay on the pitch, as we saw, Hadge, with that penalty earlier.
I'm still unsure about that. Maybe get VAR on it.
Yes, if only we could afford VAR down here at King Cod campus. We said looking for another long ball. This is what led to the first goal, Hadge, and Bath really haven't defended this very well.
No, and with the wind, this could go absolutely everywhere. You go Westhoff there over the free kick, launches it, well dealt with. No, not quite well dealt with. Apologies for that. Pusey manages to get the ball. Riddle. Lovely swerving shot there, just unable to get the right connection to put it into the top corner.
I said that's just that long ball again from Westhoff, which is causing so many problems in the Bath box, and Pusey hooking it with a kind of overhead flick almost, and nearly flicking into the top corner, Hadge.
Yeah, completely. But again, the wind showing there, that header looked like it was going clear, and the wind just holds it there for Pusey. Shoeback able to win from the goal kick,
and
Bywater hooks it long.
Again.
Ailing wins a header. Oh, that is
clash of heads there, I think.
Nah, I think she just landed really awkwardly on her shoulder. I'm not too sure if he's given a free kick there, but we have a little bit of a breather there on what's been an extremely entertaining but yet fascinating first half there.
Yeah, I think Bath have come out and tried to do something that Cardiff Met that no other team has really done here at the Fortress this year, and push high up the pitch and try and put pressure on their centre-backs, which has worked a couple of times. So as we've seen Matthias making a couple of mistakes at the back, but you know, the ability of Liv Thompson to get in behind has caused so many problems, and Cardiff Met should really be more up in this game, and 1-0 is a very flattering scoreline, and it might allow Bath to come back into the game in the second half here, Hadge.
Yeah, and speaking of the second half, have you see over there the trees blustering everywhere, swinging from left to right, just shows exactly how strong this wind is. And even in the gantry, we're not safe at all. We're getting blown everywhere.
Yeah, so it's nice to see Anna Stones back on her feet, though. She looked like she took a nasty landing there on her shoulder, but she's back up and she's going back.
Yeah, the referee just saying that she needs to come off because of the treatment.
Yeah. My apologies, that's Anna Jowl. The two Annas, I'm getting mixed up. I do apologise.
It's alright. Common mistake there, not a problem. I'm sure I'll be making that sort of mistake later on in the game. But he's giving her a free kick, and with the last, I'd say, minute or so of the second half.
First half.
First half. There we go. There's one of my mistakes.
It's a quick one, Hatch. Thanks. I had to pull you up on that one, my friend.
No problem. 1-0.
1-0.
Which actually could be the score depending on whether or not she's able to launch it into the box. Like a long ball in from Fife.
Jal's coming straight back on as well, which is nice to see. She's back straight in the game.
Straight into the game and slices it in. A little flick on, somehow manages to find the left winger there. But Dagnall, again, solid in midfield. She's had a fantastic first half.
She has. Her and Finch have been the two unsung heroes today. You know, Thompson and Shutback also good every game, but Dagnall and Finch have been exceptional down that right-hand side and in the midfield, respectively.
Bit of a Met blooper there. Foul throw from Dagnall.
It's not something you see every day, is it?
Nah, absolutely. But have we seen here, Ailing's just coming off the pitch. She seems to be needing some treatment. She seems to have struggled for most of the half. Or I think have they made a sub? No, lovely play there by Pierce. But Bywater's there to sweep up. If I'm sure, yes, I am correct. The fact that Cardiff Met are currently down to 10 women.
They are.
West of there. Not quite able to clear it, but
well
Finch.
Played from Finch again.
Five plays a ball, lovely ball down the left-hand side. Whipped in, but Finch able to recover, stopping the cross.
And again.
Good, solid
exceptional defending from Finch.
Yeah, Cardiff Met are going to see this first half out with only 10 players there. Ailing, as we saw earlier, was struggling throughout the game, and she's unfortunately been unable to carry on.
Well, it looks like she's just having a breather over there, Hadj. I think she took a nasty collision to the head when Jal went down and hurt her shoulder, so hopefully the referee will let her come back on in the minute, because she is exceptional, the captain.
Absolutely, and that is half-time here at Kincoy campus. 1-0 to Cardiff Met with a penalty from Maddie Shutback in the opening 15 minutes with a dubious hack down from Bywater, got given a yellow card. Who could have potentially seen a red there.
Yeah, I think so, and I think she's going to be very lucky, and it should be 3 or 4-0 to Cardiff Met, but unfortunately they haven't been able to take their chances.
It's not, and here at Kincoy campus it's 1-0. Hello and welcome back here to Kincoid Campus, live from Cardiff Met Sport TV. Thank you for rejoining us for this windy second half of Bath Uni Women's versus Cardiff Met Women's. If you are still interested in watching the second game, which is Cardiff Met Men's against Bath Men's at 4:30, please tune in again at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the games now. 1-0. Maddie Shutback with a penalty. There was a dubious decision in my opinion, Hadge. You know, she was taken down in the box, and Bywater is certainly very lucky to still be on the pitch. That was after 18 minutes, and it's 1-0. But there's been a slew of chances in that first half for Cardiff Met, and really they should be 3 or 4 up, Hadge.
I absolutely agree with you there. But Bath, very lucky in the first half. It is only 1-0, as you've just mentioned, and Bath in the second half kicking with the wind in their favour, which can cause a lot of problems for Cardiff Met in the upcoming 45 minutes.
In the last 5 minutes, it's really got a lot of wind here. The trees here at the Kincoid campus are almost blowing over that end of the pitch, and Bath is certainly going to have that, and it's going to stop that long ball over the top to Thompson, I think, a little bit.
Well, there's a first long ball, and again it just goes straight off right in for a throw in there, showing exactly the gust of this wind. I mean, we focus in on the corner flag there, it's already fallen over due to the power of this wind.
2 changes there as well up front at half time. Thompson's now moved to the right wing, and Pusey and Pearce have come off for 2 of their compatriots there, Hadge.
Yeah, absolutely there. Joel Gilbert and Kitty Wells have come in, and they've gone into a 3-5-2 formation. They look more as target players, so I think that is indicative of what Cardiff Met will do in the second half.
Trying to get Thompson down the wing possibly in the second half, Hadge.
Yeah, completely. But also with the wind, they need someone with the ball not carrying as far. Is going to mean that they're going to need players who are able to hold up the ball and release some of the pressure. But loose pass there goes into apologies.
A little bit of a cough there, Hadge.
Yeah, I had a bit of a coughing fit there. Apologies for that.
Change at left back as well, Hadge.
Yes, Pearce and Liv Thompson have gone to both fullbacks with Kitty Wells and Joel Gilbert up top. 3-5-2 just to go through the team. Randall in goal, Westhoff, Matthias and Finch at the back, Ayling, Shubak, Dagnall in midfield, Liv Thompson and Pearce on the wings with Wells and Gilbert up top.
Yeah, then coming off of the 2 wingers, Pearce and Pusey from the first half. No, Pearce is still on.
Pusey's come off and Guns come off.
Said this wind is starting to get a little bit treacherous now, Hadge, as you can feel it in the gantry up here.
Shubak there going long, and Bywater is able there to sweep up. But already in the first couple of minutes, we've seen that the ball isn't going to travel as far as it done in the first half.
Yeah, Gilbert looking to have a clean set of heels there as well, Hadge, and hoping to get a couple of long balls down the channel to her that worked so well for Liv Thompson in the first half.
Finch to Westhoff, the ball, lovely long ball, and it's just offside there. That is very, very lucky. Tight call.
You could see how it was hanging up in the wind there though, Hadge, and this wind is treacherous now. It's horrible here on Kincoid campus at the Fortress. Just look at the goals, Hadge.
Absolutely. The nets are rippling all the way. Corner flags swinging everywhere. This is really going to be a tough 45 minutes, if not only for the players but for the commentators too.
Yeah, I said, imagine what it's like being playing out there, but the ball's just not staying still on the pitch. The wind is so powerful at the moment.
Yeah, she just eventually kicks it long, straight into the left there, but Shubak, the ball's just literally been blown away from Shubak there.
They might need to get a heavier ball here, Hadge.
Matthias goes
It's just
long.
sticking up in the wind.
Flick on there
to Wells.
Lovely flick on there from Gilbert. Wells unable to connect with the pass there, but 5 on the ball down to the right hand side, and the wind basically blew the ball into Matthias's path. Lovely ball down the line there to Wells, using her pace to get away from Bywater.
Thompson's in the middle.
Wells toes it. She toes it out.
Just wide, but there's 2 people in the box for her there.
That's very, very poor there. She was through 1-on-1, effectively 3v2. Got to be doing better, surely.
Yeah, I think Thompson is going to be disappointed that she didn't get the ball fed across to her there. She's obviously got the pace to beat a woman that side, and she was free in the box, and she should really have kicked that across goal instead of trying to go for goal herself.
I mean, let alone running with the caravan. Bywater looked like she was getting blown back by the wind.
It's certainly going to be a struggle for Cardiff Met in this second half as well, with the wind being against them. But it's held up in the air a couple of times there for their forwards, and it's kind of worked for them a little bit.
Schubert there, lovely ball to Aileen. Looks like she's recovered from the first half injury she had and plays a lovely ball down the line.
Well played from Stones there.
Lovely play there. Liv Thompson on the ball. Nice and tight play there. Good play, good play. There we go. Theochoris, lovely 1-2 in the centre of the park. Switches it to 5. 5 there with a bit of space. Plays it down the right hand side. Oh, just over a hit. And they need to understand extremely early that they need to play the conditions in this half. That pass needs to be less under hit.
Yeah, I think the conditions he had are only going to get worse. If you see, there's a massive weather cloud coming over the top of the Nyack building here, and it certainly looks like it's going to start not only to be windy but wet in a minute, Hadj.
Completely. And now Randall's kicks aren't going as far as they are in the first half, but Ragnall gets the ball. She plays
Thompson's
a lovely
through.
ball down the right hand side. Liv Thompson using her pace there, 1v1, plays it into Gilbert.
But wasteful from Gilbert there.
Absolutely there, but Pearce is able to nick it away. Plays it into Wells. Wells back into Pearce. Pearce whips it in left foot. Lovely, great block there. And the clearance goes to Fife. Fife against Schubach.
Pearce has stayed down there as well.
Oh, great strength there by Fife. But only kicks it. And Westhoff again, solid at the back. But yeah, you're right. Pearce is still down.
Cardiff Met down to 10 women
here.
here.
Westhoff there, lovely composed passes to Matthias. Cardiff Met really need to see that a player is injured there, but they're not actually kicking out of play. Randall's
just hold up there.
It's just blown as far. It's just blown into Fife, who whips the ball into the back stick there. And what? Offside.
It was offside, was it?
Yeah, it was offside.
I said that's just the danger of the wind there, Hadj. Randall's put a hefty clearance in there, and the ball's just fallen straight into Fife, and Tia Foreman's hoping she's got to do a lot better there at the back post.
Yeah, the ball's not standing still. The kicks, I would be very surprised if they go as far as the ref. I think the ref's in a great position to get the ball. But there we go again. Finds Liv Thompson somehow in this win.
Oh, brilliant from Thompson.
Lovely.
Again.
Passes it to the maestro, Ailing. Ailing clips it down the channel there. But lovely sweeper there by Brown.
Stones, isn't it?
13. You're right, it is Stones. Apologies there.
Not John. Not John.
No, it was
but
Stones.
Anna Stones.
Anna Stones, you are right there.
No relation, I believe.
No, I don't think there is absolutely any relation at all.
I said that's the danger of Thompson. That's just beautifully pulled out of the sky there, and a quick burst of pace to get past 2 of her women, and then passing the ball on, running down the line again.
Lovely flick on from Wells to Gilbert, who finds Dagnall. Dagnall tries to slide it in, but great play there by Theochoris.
I said I'd like to see a couple more shots and test out Powell, who's looked less than convincing at times today.
Yeah, but in this second half, I feel with the wind, they can't be taking long shots. Lovely press there. Matthias is only able to tow it out for a throwing. And I think an interesting battle will occur in this second half between Fife and Schubach, who look to be playing woman for woman, if anything.
So it's certainly been the two of the better plays for either side today.
Lovely early throw in there from Blasey to Hayes,
Westhoff.
but Westhoff there clears it out for a throw-in.
You just see how long that ball sticks in the air for, Hadj. If you put any air underneath this ball, the wind is going to take it.
It will, yeah. If anything, there's a high chance the wind could get an assist today.
Yeah, it could do.
Pearce getting pressurised by the Bath players. Lovely little feet. Hooks it long. Gilbert is unable to control it. Lovely play. Brown on the ball there. She finds Fife. Fife overhits another pass there.
I said the wind's not going to help if you overhit the ball today, Hadj.
No,
you
I
saw
tell
the
you,
swerve that he got on there with that, thanks to the wind.
I'll tell you what, that skidded onto Randall quicker than she thought. It almost caused her a bit of problems. Theochoris basically hooks it on, but just gets blown out for a throw-in.
I said it's going to be certainly a much more difficult second half. I think Cardiff Met have really got to try and pull the ball down and not play as many balls over the top and try and pass through the lines of Bath this second half because the long balls just aren't going to work for them.
Well, speaking of a long ball there, Schubach finds Gilbert with a ball over the top. Gilbert finding trouble controlling it in this wind, and it's hooked on out for a throw-in. But that ball there, in any other sort of conditions, it would have been easy to control, but it basically blew away from her toe.
Yeah, I said it's just been so difficult to get a control of the ball and to think about where the ball is going to bounce in the second half of both teams. You know, one end is sticking miles up in the air, and the other it's going an extra 10, 15 feet. You know, and it's going to be certainly difficult to judge the bounce of the ball in the second half.
Absolutely here, and Finch about to take the throw-in, fizzed-in throw-in of anything. Ailing there, unable to control the ball, and it's well dealt with by Hayes. Bath go long and the ball just skids off to Matthias.
Oh.
Lovely feet there by Matthias.
Bit of a hack there from Neil. Who's going to get it talking to, Neil is. So it's a feisty challenge from Neil that side.
Yeah.
Well, that's been one of the better plays for Bath today.
She has looked bright down that right hand side with Fife and Blazy. That could be their little triplets of danger, really.
Yeah, so this being a big problem for Bath.
Ball fizzed in there.
I'll tell you what, I was not expecting that to get that far in this wind, Hatch.
No, absolutely not. And Powell hooks it on down the left hand side there. Lovely play from
great challenge
from
again
Foreman,
from Finch. Finch has just been absolutely brilliant from Finch.
And referee, no, not giving a foul there. Foreman does well to win
and
the
ball
ball
back.
back.
Through to Neil. Randall's coming out to meet her. Oh, well played, Randall. But Finch again, fantastic there.
Oh, that is, she is a strong woman there, out muscling her winger and just nicely composed. But Schubach getting pressed by Fife again. That battle, them two players, I feel that whoever gets the better of each other could cause some damage for the opposition team.
Yeah, 100%. We know how dangerous Maddie Schubach can be. You know, 2 times she's played here the last 2 games. She scored twice at Kincoy campus with another one today. So that's 5 goals in 3 games here at the Fortress Hadge, and she's just so dangerous.
She's on fire. She's confident, and she scored again today from a penalty in the 18th minute.
Finch has been absolutely everywhere down that right-hand side today, Hadge.
She's been completely solid. And if I was Bath, I'd try and avoid going down Finch's side.
She's just been so composed, and unlike some of her defensive counterparts, she just looks so calm and collected on the ball all throughout the game today. And she really has marshalled this left winger for Bath well the entire game. She hasn't had any joy down this side at all.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Their Foreman has had absolutely no joy down this left-hand side. If anything, that's why Heels probably had most of the ball, because they just can't get past Finch.
I would argue that as well, Hadge.
Theochoris only hooks it onto Matthias, who slices it to Fife. Fife there slides it down to Heel on the right-hand side. Matthias, is she able to get across? No, she's not. Heel whips it in. Oh, that's great defending by Westhoff. But the ball's not clear yet.
And Aileen puts a foot through it.
Absolutely, she can put her size 7 through it there, take it out for a throw-in. But again, as the slice from Matthias only goes as far as Fife, and they're just unable to do anything with it.
So she's been a little bit complacent at times again today.
There you go. Dagnall slides it down, but that is well defended there by...
Pass back there, and the referee has given
pass back.
it.
What is Powell doing? Like we mentioned earlier in the first half, she blows hot and cold. She produces good saves, but there she's had a bit of a naff time.
Yeah, so that's just an indirect free kick, one that I haven't seen for a long time, Hadge. But that is just another strange decision from Powell today. But as you see, the rain is now coming down heavily as well, Hadge. How much of an effect is that going to have?
It's going to have an effect, but at the same time, it could be an extreme positive for Cardiff Met, especially who like to play the ball, because it adds a bit of zip and it allows the ball to move quicker through the 3G.
Yeah, I said indirect free kick. You don't get a lot of these. You've probably done practice a lot of these in training, Hadge. But I imagine that
Powell there gives a little shove.
I imagine this is going to be laid off for Maddie Schubach to hit as hard as she possibly can.
Absolutely, but while the referee was doing the wall there, the goalkeeper just gave a little shove there to Wells. I mean,
and looks like the referee's going to go and have a word with Powell after that now.
I mean, you know what happens in football if you put your hand on another player. She fortunate?
Yeah, I think she might be fortunate there. I didn't really get a good glimpse of it. It was just a little shove in the back for me. And you know, being a rugby man myself, Hadge, there's a lot of things in football that people get red cards for that I don't think that they should. And a shove in the back.
You go, Liv Thompson sets Ailing!
Oh, what a strike from the captain!
Absolutely fantastic thunderbolt strike from Alien from the edge of the box.
Woohoo! Oh, she's got a howitzer of her right foot, that's Stacey Ayling. What a strike into the top corner again, and that looks like it's going to be another Met Skills of the Week for Stacey Ayling.
She's even surprised at the connection she's had there. Talk about wet and windy. That's a thunderbolt of an effort to put it in top corner. No chance for Powell. And that makes it 2-0, and if anything, that gives them a bit of a cushion, and a well-deserved cushion.
Oh, they're so well played from the captain. She, as we said, she has got a wonderful wand of her right foot, hasn't she, Hatch? And that's twice in the last couple of weeks we've seen her play where she has scored 2 absolute world-class goals, and you can tell why she is so important to this team, but it looks like she's still carrying a little bit of an injury, which makes it all the more...
Dagnall through there! Dagnall has the ball! Oh, she just couldn't get the ball out of her feet to slide it through. But what a fantastic strike there. Absolutely thunderbolt of an effort with her.
I could watch that all day, Hadge.
Tell me about it. But Matthias loses the ball again there. And Westhoff, as always, she's been there to help her counterpart. Matthias has had a bit of a sloppy game today, which has been extremely uncharacteristic of her, who tends to be solid.
Yeah, I said, it seems to she's a bit complacent all day, Hadge. And she's in a team like this, you've got to be a bit better than that. Oh! Wow. Fair play.
That is. They've both come out of that very well. None of them rolled around. Both just got up and got on with it. That's what we like to see in football.
Exactly. I said if you saw that in Manchester United last night, they would not like that. But the rain is coming down thick and fast over the top of Nyack right at the moment.
Yeah.
And it is certainly going to be causing problems.
Considerably. And Powell there slices her kick only 10 yards to Gilbert. And that is another strong challenge there. Can't quite see who it is there.
Yeah, I said the weather is only getting worse and worse out here, Hadge, with the wind pushing this rain, and it's coming down quite heavily over the top of Nyack. And it's going to be difficult for Randall to see at some points here, because we're getting buffeted in the face by this rain as well, Hadge.
Yeah, absolutely. But if you notice that Matthias, another mistake there. And Matthias is out of position here with heel. Plays it down the right-hand side to Fife. Matthias making a recovery run. And she's back in position here. But she's 1v1 against Fife. Little lovely drop of the shoulder. Plays it down. And again, it's overhit. And Randall is able to calmly collect it. But Matthias, unfortunately, we've mentioned it too many times. She's made a lot of errors today. And it's quite understandable in this weather making a couple of errors. But it seems to be a consistent theme with her.
Yeah, and I think that Randall put a defence under a little bit of pressure there as well. She knows how bad the wind is at the moment. And she had a lot of time to play the ball. But she just shunted it into the middle of the field straight away that time. And didn't give Matthias any opportunity to get back, in fairness.
That's lovely play there by Kitty, who's able to set Dagnall, but another sloppy pass. And Powell trying an outside of the foot kick there. I don't know what she's thinking sometimes, this goalkeeper.
Yeah, she's been a little bit hot and cold tonight, as we've said, but another...
Oh, lovely little toe poke there. Wells, is she able to get on it? Yes, she is. She puts the ball back in there for Liv Thompson. Bit of a scramble. And Brown there is able to come and clear her lines. But an aimless toe poke was made a lot better by Kitty Wells there, who found Liv Thompson. I apologise, she found Gilbert and she was unable to capitalise on the Bath mistake.
Gilbert is getting a talking to for 2 massive challenges in the last couple of minutes. She's certainly come on and she's imposing her physical prowess there on the opposition defenders, and I think Stones has felt the brunt of it twice there.
Yeah, she has, and I tell you what, I wouldn't want to go into a tackle with Gilbert. She looks like she's a strong woman. Lovely flick on there by Dagnall.
Certainly not holding back. It's getting a little bit scrappy in the second half with this weather, Hadge.
Westhoff there clears it only as far as a 5. But it's an aimless pass there, and if we focus, Fife is showing her frustration at her teammates, and if anything, she should be frustrated with herself rather than her teammates. She's had a few sloppy minutes.
Yeah, as Hadge has another coughing fit, bless him. I think he's a little bit excited out here today, guys.
Randall there throws it to Finch, and she's just glides past her defender.
She's been magnificent
Finch,
today.
lovely pass to Maddie Schubach, who gets into 4th gear there. Still has the ball. She slides it into Pierce. Pierce on the left-hand side. She cuts inside on her right foot. She puts the ball in, and only no one's there in the back post there. That's not a bad ball in.
I said that's another prime example of the 2 best players on the pitch today, Finch and Schubach, who have just glided past the opposition with consummate ease all throughout the afternoon. But that's brilliant again from Finch, who I would have to say, Hadge, at the moment is my man of the match.
Absolutely, she is player
Woman
of
of
the
the match, sorry.
Powell there puts her foot through with Ailing able to head out for a throw-in. Looks like it hit the top of her head there.
He says 2-0 to Cardiff Met here with a goal from Maddie Shutback in the first half from a penalty, and Stacey Ailing with that absolute wonder strike yet again, Hadge.
Yeah, I mean, I could look at that goal all day long. Beautiful connection, pure strike, no chance for the keeper, posting in. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Absolute postage stamp, as they say, Hadge.
Absolutely, there we go. Blazy there puts a ball in. Oh, and that's a pass back. It is a pass back. I'm not too sure that one was though.
Oh, I think that, you know, Pearce has taken an opportunity there, and you can't be doing that. And although it may look like it's a clearance, she has kicked the ball back to her goalkeeper, and I think, you know, you got to be disappointed there. But I think that's the fair decision there, Hadge, in my opinion.
Yeah, I understand the point of view there. It just looks like she was aiming to clear it, and the wind just took it away from her. But
I said the wind playing a part. But we said we don't see a lot of indirect free kicks, but as they say, like London buses, 2 have come in quick succession, Hash.
Absolutely, and this could be a chance to put Bath back in the game, which, quite frankly, they don't quite deserve to still be in.
Looks like Fife's going to hit this.
5 here, setting up. They got 5! Oh, it's hit Maddie Shutback on the hand. It's hit on the hand.
A handball from Maddie Shutback.
Oh, her arms looked like they were quite close to her body, though.
Yeah, I think that would have been a bit of a harsh one because Maddie Shutback shot out of the line there to try and make a challenge, but her hands were up a little bit, but I think it might have just clipped her on the face.
Oh, Cardiff Mayor have switched off looking for the short. No, she whips it in. Header! Oh, how's it gone through the bodies there with no one getting a touch? Somehow Cardiff Met have escaped.
Oh, Liv Thompson breaks as well, possibly.
Yeah, Liv Thompson there using her pace, but somehow Cardiff Met have escaped there with a dangerous ball in from Bath.
Yeah, Anna Stone was flying in there in the middle, and she looked like she got a little flick on the ball, but there's certainly a lot of confusion in the middle. What a wonderful ball in from Bath there.
Westhoff goes long, but Kitty's unable to control it. Dagnall's unable to control it as well. Lovely ball down to the right-hand side there. Down to Heel. Heel gets it. Pearce coming back, but Heel cuts it back to Fife. Fife dinks it in. Lovely clearance there by
Finch yet again. She's literally everywhere, Hatch.
Honestly, if it wasn't for Finch today, I think that Cardiff Met would have conceded some goals.
Yeah, that's just so brilliant again. But as we said, this weather is only getting worse and worse here at the Kincoid campus, Hadge.
Yeah, tell me about it. My hair's all over the place. Sometimes I'm struggling to see, let alone the players.
Lucky I've got a hat on today, Hadge, but I said it certainly looks wet and windy and very cold out there, and you can't even put the ball inside the D if you look over there.
Fife here trying to sort the ball out. He's just not staying. Nope, just doesn't. He's not having it today.
Doesn't fancy it.
Nah, the ball doesn't. The ball wants to get tucked away, let alone us.
They said they're going to be looking for Stones and Jowl in there, the big women.
Here you go, Fife whips it in. I think if anything, the wind might have taken that out for a goal kick, let alone her slice.
Yeah, I think what's hard to see here is actually how blustery this wind actually is.
Yeah,
and it's been tough this second half, especially
considering. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the trees, even the trees can't stay still, let alone the ball.
Well, the corner flag at the far right-hand side was flapping back and forth as well, and if you look at every time the ball is being placed, the ball is moving.
Yeah, shoot
and
back
it's just
there.
been a horrible day.
Oh, hello,
here.
Blazy places it into Fife, and she miscontrols it. She able to commit? No, it's a goal kick. This could be a continuing theme here. Randall's kicks just aren't getting far enough due to the wind, and it just puts Cardiff Met straight under pressure. And if we look here, look how high the players are comparing to a normal goal kick. Players are almost on the edge of their own box because they know what's expected.
I say it's just sticking up in that wind, isn't it? It's almost like a golf ball on a links course where you hit it up into the air and you've got to take a club. You've got to club down a little bit, and just hope that the wind takes a couple of yards off the ball.
Yeah, long hoofed ball in here, able to be controlled. Westhoff there is able to clear it into Kitty, who controls it and passes it to Dagnall. Dagnall doesn't have much support, but great strength finds Shubak. And a long ball gets slid in, but no runs into Powell. We got about 20 minutes here at Kincoid campus where Cardiff Met 2-0 up with Shubak's penalty in the 18th minute and a thunderbolt from Ailing to make it 2-0 in the early goings of the second half.
Flicked on to Pierce as well. Said Gilbert's been excellent since she's come on in the start of the second half, and that's got to be a foul in midfield there.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it is a foul, yeah.
But I think it looks like that they've given
Oh,
offside there. Could be a yellow card coming, maybe?
Yeah,
I don't-
it looked like there was some sort of communication about telling the referee to book the player. If anything, could have been given a yellow for persistent fouling, but anyhow, it is a free kick there. Matthias looking to launch it, and nope, slices it, but finds Schuback. Schuback still on the ball there, tries to swivel away from her player, but she couldn't. Fife on the ball. She finds Foreman. Foreman still has it. Plays it down to Brown. Lovely feet from Brown. And has the ball gone out? Yep,
Yeah.
just gone out there.
It's well marshalled. I think it's certainly been a difficult second half for Cardiff Met. They haven't had the best of the weather, and it's been tough to get the ball away at times, but they seem to be a little bit more composed as that ball again stands up in the wind.
No, you are right, but I tell you what, with all the conditions, there has been an extremely professional performance. They've got their 2 goals, and they haven't really been tested by this Bath side, who are supposed to be their closest challengers this season.
Yeah, I said they're second place. Obviously, with Cardiff Met have got a game in hand and they're a point ahead, and with a win today, probably will seal top of the league. But you know, Bath are supposed to be their toughest rivals, and they really haven't put any pressure on.
Dagnall hits it long, but Bywater is able to just hook it out for a throw-in. If we look further on now, into the competition, could Cardiff Met be favourites to go all the way and win Bucks this season?
Oh yeah, massively. I think that they've easily been the best side that we've seen down here, and they've only got 3 games remaining. You know, this one and 2 games after, 1 at home and 1 away to the rivals Cardiff, who they hammered here at the Fortress 4-1 last time out that we were here. You can only really see them going, and there's Gilbert's going to be through.
Gilbert's through. Bywater again. She just doesn't seem to like running. She struggles to do it every time she gets going.
I think that we've been causing a lot of problems. Gilbert and Liv Thompson both have a big turn of pace, and I think it's arguable that Bywater's very lucky to be on the pitch at the moment, Hadge.
I absolutely agree with you there, yeah.
So
But corner here, setting up for Liv Thompson. I mean, we thought that Cardiff Met would be put under so much more pressure than they have been in the second half. And if anything, it looks like Cardiff Met have caused more damage than Bath have caused Cardiff Met damage.
I said I imagine that the team talk at half-time is about the complacency. As
Liv Thompson here whips it in. Header! Dagnall just unable to direct the header towards goal, and it goes out for a throw-in.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that sums it up.
That's 2 free headers and 2 corners.
Yeah, and if she got up off the ground, she could have got a better connection as well.
Yeah, but as we said, I think complacency would have been the talk at half-time as you know, a couple of our defenders have caused problems to themselves. I don't think the Bath have really broken us down at all. The only opportunity they've had have been from our mistakes today, Hadge.
Yeah, absolutely there. And I mean, if we look back here, we got Westhoff and we got Finch, who have been the epitome of rock solid today.
Yeah, Finch has been absolutely brilliant down the right-hand side.
Hello, 5 skips past Pierce. She plays it down the right-hand side to Heel. Is she able to get to the end of it? Heel. Yes, she is. 1v1 against Matthias. No one in the box, though. Heel whips it in, but Randall is able to collect it calmly there. But if we look there again, no one's in the box for Bath. They can't score if no one's in the box.
Yeah, I said, you know, they're just having such a tough time of getting out their own half at the moment. And Randall, who has really had a tough second half with this wind, has done a good job there. That's going to be a difficult ball to pick up, especially with all the rain that's come down in the second half. She did well to gather that as clearly as she did.
Brown there into Foreman. Foreman plays a diagonal into Heel. Is she able to keep it in? Yes, she is. Heel 1v1 against Pierce. Sets it back to 5. 5, lovely blocking, but Bath still have here. Heel whip, sets it back. I can't quite see who the ball was. All I can see was that it got blocked out for a throw-in.
Dagnall again, I think, but this rain is really coming down heavily now, and it's making it hard to see.
Yeah, this is horrible, horrible weather. This is a sort of weather here.
Substitution as well.
Substitution. Who's making a sub? I don't know. But I tell you what, whoever's being subbed off, I guarantee you they'll be absolutely buzzing to get into that warm shelter.
Oh, this wind is now picking up and the rain is coming down as well, and it's just buffeting right across the middle of the pitch at the moment, and it's making this difficult for us to actually see what's going on a little bit here.
Yeah, I tell you what here, the gantries are supposed to be protecting the commentators, but we are as exposed as the players.
But
lovely pass there to Theo Shores. Goes back to Brown. Westhoff there. Oh, shoot back. Clearance only goes as far as the left wing back there.
Clearance from Shubak.
Yeah, ball is sliced out for a goal kick, and if I'm correct in saying, I think Ferris has just come on.
Yeah, I believe she has as well, and that's a poor start to her game. But I said again, we talked about the complacency, Hadj, and it seems that now that they've gone 2 goals up, a little bit of that complacency has crept back in here, and they're just expecting Bath to roll over, but they're not second in the league for any reason, are they?
No, they're not. They should have fighting spirit, and with about 15 minutes to go here, I think Bath are going to start pushing more body forwards, which will expose them more to a counter-attack.
This horrendous.
I mean, we are really running out of superlatives about this wind. All I can say is, my hair was dry when I came here, and now I'm as wet as the players. The ball has literally barely been gone out of the 18-yard box, and Dagnall sets Finch for a slice and an uncharacteristic lack of composure there for Finch.
I said this is one of the most difficult conditions to play in, especially in ball sports.
Ball bounces away from Westhoff to Heel. Heel manages to get the ball back. Down to Theochoris. Oh, lovely nutmeg there. Ball down to the right-hand side, and that is uncomposure.
It's just such a gilted opportunity for Bath there. They've really got to do better. But I think this wind is just making it difficult for everybody. I really hope that you guys at home can see how bad this is, because it's difficult to watch, and the ball is just moving about all over the place, and it's making it really difficult for anyone to get anything done.
Hey, I tell you what, Cardiff are making a substitution here, but I don't know who's more happy, Pierce coming off or the substitution getting some minutes.
Oh, I said she's had a good game, Pierce, but I think she
Pierce
found it difficult.
Come off, and Neil has come on at left wing back here.
Yeah, I think it's been difficult for Pierce since she switched to left back in the second half. You know, she was excellent playing down the left wing and trying to bomb on, but she struggled defensively against the pace of Neil down their right hand side.
Yeah, she has, and Bath are really squeezing high. 14 minutes left here. They really need to go for the jugular and try and use this win to their best capacity, and don't actually know what I've just seen there.
Just looking for a big challenge there, but Matthias just moved out of the way, and she kind of belly flopped on the floor a little bit there, Hadj.
Great description, and that's exactly what I reckon it was. But Randall here, I mean, Randall's biggest challenge today has been finding a place where the ball stands still, let alone saving something.
I tell you what, she's had a magnificent game. Look how much that ball just sticks up in the air.
Yes, and again, Brown pounces on it. Bath play it down to the right hand side to Fife. Fife plays the diagonal, Westhoff blocks it, and Matthias clears it as far as Theochoris, and that's a needless foul there. And a bit of respite for Cardiff Met.
Yeah, I said we just need to, I think Cardiff Met just need to bring the ball down a little bit more again now. I said they're just kind of a little bit like headless chickens at the moment with this wind causing a lot of problems.
There you go, Westhoff. I mean, the ball shouldn't be rolling when you kick it, but I think in these conditions it is impossible to stop it.
Well played from Dagnall there with a little drag, and Cruyff turn there.
Yeah, it looks like Dangle's in a bit of pain, but I think she should be alright. She is a tough cookie.
Oh. Said it is awful down here at the Fortress at the moment. It's really difficult for the players, and the ball is sticking up in the air with the wind as Aylin flicks it back into the middle.
I mean, oh hello, it's bouncing everywhere. Clearance only goes as far as Gilbert. Yeah, Gilbert there is unable to get the ball, but the ball is with Foreman, I believe. Foreman slides in, and Westhoff, what a brilliant interception.
Offside.
Down to Ferris, and is she off? No! Lino sees that Heel's level.
Finch makes a wonderful challenge yet again. She has been absolutely magnificent.
Oh, Westhoff makes a mistake, allows Heel back into it. Heel sets Brown, but Schubach's there, great defending, and wins a foul. That is brilliant play. I mean, Schubach is known as the magic in midfield to cause some damage, but defensively, she really has stepped up to the plate in the second half.
I think you have to. Cardiff Met have been really under the cosh in the second half with both the weather and and the way that they've been playing. And that ball hasn't come out of the box there because of the wind. Yes, there's nothing they can do about the wind. It's just so difficult to control the ball. But the rules say that you can't. The ball has to be kicked out of the box, Hadj. But
I mean, it's a foul in the box, and if the referees, I mean, we're going to be here all day if he's expecting the ball to stand still. Randall somehow finds it to Ayling, who has a majestic touch and hooks up in the high, and Bywater manages to win her header. But Finch is there again. Liv Thompson. Lovely feet by Liv Thompson. She finds Westhoff. Westhoff, bit of time. Finds Liv Thompson. Lovely threaded pass there. Thompson unable to find Schuback, and Fife is able to pounce. But Schuback there wins the ball back.
Oh, feet from Schuback.
Skips past one player. Ayling there. Cardiff might have a bit of space. Ayling nicely calm and composed. No options, but manages to find Gilbert, and great strength from Gilbert there. But Bath is able to win the ball back and hook it long.
Said Cardiff Met doing exactly the right thing.
Oh, Dagnall there hooks it on for Gilbert. Is that Gilbert able to get it around Powell? She gets there around Powell. Gilbert makes it 3-0, and that, I think, is game, set and match.
Again, for the third game in a row, that's 3 goals for Cardiff Met or more, and that's wonderful play from Gilbert, who really has deserved that goal since she's come on. She's been fantastic up top. She's been physical. She's been a threat, and she's come away with a goal that she deserves.
Yeah, she's absolutely deserved that. Powell got caught in no man's land there. She able to skip past the goalie and slide it in for a 3-0. If I'm honest, at one point I thought the ball wouldn't have even reached the net.
Yeah, I thought so as well, because this wind really is tough, and I think now with that really is game, set and match for Cardiff Met.
There we go there, lovely play there. Loose play. Well, I think that's the breathing space that Cardiff Met have needed, and I think 3 goals of anything flatters Bath, let alone Cardiff Met.
I think that this second half has been a little bit more. Oh, and that's a tough challenge from Neil,
solid challenge,
who surely is going to get a yellow card now, because that's the 3rd time she's been spoken to by the referee.
Now I think that's just a sign of frustration there. I think they've gone 3-0 down. They know it's a long way back now, and I just feel like she just had to take some frustration out on someone.
Yeah, but you can't condone that kind of behaviour, can you, Hadj?
No, absolutely not. That's unacceptable on a football pitch.
Yeah, and the referee has had given her a spoken to, and I think that's her last straw there.
Yeah, Matthias there finds
Great
Randall.
touch,
Lovely touch there. Ayling, left foot, hooks it over the top there. Bywater is trying to get the ball, but Gilbert there is eating up the ground, and Bywater somehow finds Powell. Powell drives it over,
Just
and
the
Finch,
skip off the floor there.
The skip, the wind. Finch misjudges it, but thankfully just goes out for a throwing.
I think it's so easy to misjudge in this weather, Hadj, isn't it? You know, coupled with the wind and now the water, it's just going to skip off the surface, even though it is a 3G pitch.
Yeah, we got about 15 minutes left here. 15 minutes. We got about.
Yeah, and that's 3-0 to Cardiff Met as well. 3 quality goals today as well, Hadj.
Yeah, absolutely. Joy to watch. Lovely, lovely goals here. And Bath. Ball with 5. But Kitty pounces there and wins the ball back off 5. Slides in Dagnall. Is she able to get a toe? She is, but that is a strong challenge. Oh! I'm not sure that's a foul.
Oh, that's going to be so harsh on Brown, because she's made a wonderful challenge there, and I think that she's pointing that out, that she got the ball, and you know, it's just so close to after going 3-0 down from that goal from Gilbert that they're going to be really disappointed with that. Is Ayling going to hit this, or is she going to try and float it into the box?
I mean, I think she might float into the box, but the way Powell's played today, I wouldn't be surprised if she fancies a crack at this, especially after her thunderbolt of a goal.
Yeah, exactly. And I said it's 3-0 goals from Schuback, Captain Ayling, and from
here
Gilbert.
Goes Ayling, steps up for it. She whips in a lovely ball in. Back post. Dagnall!
That's off the bar!
It's hit the bar, but
offside
again. It is offside, yes, absolutely. I don't know exactly how she was offside. Here you go. Powell plays it nice and early for Bath.
You said that's another opportunity from a
ball
long
goes
into
long
the box, which
miscontrol again.
Which really has been a weapon for Cardiff Met today. Every time that the ball's gone into the box, it has caused problems.
Yeah, it has, and I mean, I think we have sympathy with the cameraman today. I mean, they've constantly, if you've had any picture problems, it is due to the fact that we are wiping our cameras every 10 seconds.
Yeah, they're doing a fantastic job, as they always do. And don't forget to tune in later on, because we are covering the men's game as well in this weather. Hopefully subject to this weather going down, Hadj, but I imagine you'll still want to play, won't you?
No, the game will 100% be on. I just feel that the only difference will be that the game will be a big battle there.
Yeah, so feel free to share this with all your friends, wherever you are on social media, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or whatever you want. And please tune in to Cardiff Met Sport TV later on for the second game as well, where hopefully the men can put on as good a performance as the women have today, Hadj.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, coming off the unfortunate draw against Exeter, we hope to be bouncing back with a victory today and guarantee us a top 3 spot. But back to the women's game today, as you've said, a solid performance, fantastic display from the women, lovely goals from Schubach, Ayling and Gilbert, and that is a comfortable win in tough conditions.
Yes, it has been unbelievably tough conditions today. 3-0, as we said, to Cardiff Met in a win that really has made the second half a completely different game, Hadj.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going into the last 5 minutes of the second half, and it just looks like Bath have lost a little bit of fight. Liv Thompson pounces on the mistake from Brown, and Bywater, Schubach pounces on the loose ball. She's able to find a lovely pass into Gilbert. Gilbert cuts inside, but she's able to get smothered out by Bath, and Dagnall there a bit late with it.
Another challenge again from Finch, who has simply been outstanding throughout today.
So throw it into Westhoff and finds Matthias. And if anything, I think with Cardiff Met, since they've gone back to a 4-3-3, she's been more comfortable than with 3 at the back. Yeah,
I think so as well. I think that they tried that 3 at the back certainly for a stint earlier on, and it would have been tough with this win to play 3 at the back. And I think that having a genuine left back come on, as Pierce was saying, was playing left wing and struggled a little bit.
Yeah.
It really has given a little bit more composure. But as you said, we hope that we can be able to keep a clean sheet. Only our third of the season. Obviously, we've been scoring very freely, Cardiff Met, but
yeah, absolutely. Ball bouncing, but Dagnall flicks on and Bywater clears it. Who finds Fife. Fife again, overhits the pass. I mean, I've lost count of the amount of times she's overhit it. I think she's just given up passing to her own teammates.
Yeah, she's tried a few speculative passes, and I think she needs to try and get her team going a lot of the time. That kind of pass is something you want to put in and give you somebody to run onto, but as you said, she's just overcooked it a few times. But at least she's trying those passes, those defense-splitting passes, Hadj.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, if actually, speaking of Fife, she's on the ball now with lovely feet to get a pass.
Schubach, Thompson's through here. Oh, they couldn't quite find her.
Yeah, Dagnall finds Kitty, who flicks it onto Gilbert. Gilbert almost shoved off the ball there. And a slide pass is blocked by Matthias into Dagnall. Lovely 1-2 there with Matthias down the left-hand side. And her long ball unable to find Gilbert.
I think it was deflected into Gilbert. I think it was meant for Mills.
I think you might be right there. Another long ball aimlessly into Randall. And, I mean...
I said Brown screaming at people to press it, but I think it's a little bit late now. 3-0 down with a couple of minutes to go. I don't think any of the Bath women are really wanting to press as they did in the first half.
Absolutely agree. Lovely touch there from Schubach to get away from Diacharis. She just glides through the pitch there. Schubach finds Dagnall.
And that's lovely from Dagnall, just slowing it down, making Bath run after the ball. You said you don't need to do anything pretty now. You're 3-0 up. Just close the game out.
Yeah, I think the main thing here for the back four is to just not concede and get that confidence going into their next game.
You said I don't mind that. Finding the corners, making Bath play up from the back. You know, it's going to be such a hard opportunity to try and score from back there. Yeah, says as he hiccups. I do apologise.
That's not a problem. No. Powell here, stepping up for the goal kick. I think the wind has died down a little bit, which is the reason why the ball is actually staying in the spot where it needs to be. But
for the first time the second half, though.
Yeah, absolutely. There.
Said you'd be happy to see that, isn't it? The wind dying down a little bit.
I'm not too sure. We'll have to wait. Yeah, but 5. Oh, that is a solid challenge from Westhoff. Leaves her player on the floor.
Oh,
to Liv Thompson there down the right hand side. She's got the pace. Is she going to make it 4? Oh, she missed. I mean, if anything, I'm shocked that she's actually missed.
Oh, all her performance today deserves as a goal, and she's just put that a little bit wide, and You know, a player of her quality, she's got to be burying that, Hadge.
Absolutely, but knowing the strikers, probably the wind took it that way, she'll probably say.
Yeah, it's just, but as we said, we've already noted that the wind has died down a considerable amount.
Absolutely, she can't use that as an excuse, but
No,
I'm sure she'll find a way if she can. There you go, goal kick here. Powell kicks it out, and Theo Choice is unable to control it.
Oh,
Lovely, solid challenge. Oh, she's right in the pain there. Kitty really is in a lot of pain.
Yeah, it looks like the stretcher might be coming on, unfortunately.
Yeah, that looked like it was instant.
Kitty Mills getting absolutely clattered there.
I think she could be in serious, serious trouble right now, the way she's looking. Yeah, I mean...
Sad scenes at the end of the game here.
It is sad. I mean, what are your thoughts on another... I mean, I'd call it a masterclass performance in difficult conditions from Cardiff Met today.
Yeah, I said it's been so difficult today, and they've really shown what a quality outfit that they are. And this 3-0 win against a team who are their closest rivals in the league can only put more confidence in. They're going to go 4 points clear at the end of today, regardless of results around the other grounds. And you know, you've got to be thinking that they're the favourites to go all the way in Bucks this year, especially with their form in the Welsh Premier League, being the top of Welsh Prem as well. The last 3 wins out of 3 in that, as well, with 2 cancellations in the last couple of weeks. But in those 2 games, they've won 2-0, 6-0, 5-0 in the Welsh Premier League as well. And they're just an outfit who scores a lot of goals. And I know we've talked about that sometimes they have a lapse in concentration in defence, but they've just been magnificent throughout in front of goal. You know, with the likes of Shoeback and Thompson scoring goals for fun. And
I mean, you've mentioned that they've won 2-0, 6-0 and 5-0. What do you reckon, how are they able to project that clean sheet and that dominance into the Welsh Prem, into Bucks football?
It's a tough one, Hadge. I think you know, as a man yourself who plays a lot of football, when you're playing up a higher level, you almost come down and play to the level of the opposition that you play at. Yeah. And as we've seen a couple of times today, a little bit of complacency from a couple of the centre backs who, you know, they're playing up against quality opposition on the weekend. And I'm not saying that some of the uni players that they're playing aren't of quality opposition, but they're not going to be the teams that you play on in the Welsh Premier League. And I think that they come into a lot of games and think that they're just going to walk over a lot of teams and they're going to score 6 or 7 goals a game. And sometimes, as you say, in the conditions like this, today's been a perfect example of them stepping up. A couple of poor lapses in concentration, which hasn't cost them today, but it has cost them in other games. Luckily enough, we've only, as we said, dropped 2 points because we've scored so many goals. But I think the reason is you know, you're expected to play to a higher standard in the Welsh Premier League, and I think that sometimes they think that they can just come here and turn tides over scoring 10, 12 goals a game. I
absolutely agree with you. You just said, if we unfortunately go back to this Kitty injury, she seems to be in a really, really painful state now. They've just brought the jackets in to keep her warm. I'm assuming the way that happened and the instant pain could be a potential broken ankle, which is really unfortunate, as she's been fantastic since she's come on in the second half. Yeah, I think it certainly is a problem with that left leg. I think she might have also smacked her knee a little bit, so it could be ligament damage, because I didn't see from here that the ankle was in any disformity, which obviously would be horrible. But I think that she's taking a serious knock here, and I hope that Mills has a speedy recovery, because as you said, she has been very good since she's came on. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're just entering here the 92nd minute, or basically game over here. What have your thoughts been on Cardiff Met? Any standout performance for you? I mean, obviously you have the obvious ones. I think Finch has just been absolutely exceptional throughout. It's been a game where the strikers will probably take a lot of the plaudits, but in a game of difficult conditions for a defender, she has stood out like a sore thumb, and she has been absolutely scintillating from start to finish. She's been composed, she's had power in her runs, and she's been powerful in defence. And for me, the player of the match would be Finch. Absolutely, yeah. It'll be interesting to grab her thoughts at the end of the game, see how she's able. I mean, she's been ironically cool, calm and collective in extremely difficult circumstances today, and she's been one of very few today to have stood out like that. Yeah, she has been brilliant, but as you said, you know, you expect a brilliant performance from Shoeback and the likes of Thompson, who've been great, and Captain Stacey Ayling, who has been another standout today with another wonderful goal. So yeah, it's been brilliant. It's been a brilliant game, and as I said, it's a shame to see it end in such circumstances. We wish Kitty Mills the best, and I imagine that this game is probably going to
be asked to finish early, isn't it, Hadj, I imagine?
Yeah, I imagine so. With the circumstances obviously being 3-0, now we're about to enter the 95th minute. Though I think both teams will agree that it is most likely going to be game over.
Yeah, it certainly looks like that. That's what the referees, I imagine, are probably having a chat about now, Hadj. They're in the middle of the pitch and they're going to think that there's not much tight game time. It's going to be give Mills a little bit of chance to get a little bit of space and maybe get an ambulance down here if she needs it, God forbid. But yeah, I think that I imagine that they probably will blow up because there's not much long left in this contest.
No, absolutely. It is. Obviously, we've been laughing and joking throughout the whole game here about the wind, the conditions, the difficult circumstances the players have in. But this is really a sad, somber moment here because, like we've said, she's been absolutely fantastic. And if anything, she could have potentially put herself into contention for next week.
Yeah, she could have.
But by the looks of things, that's a very slim chance.
Yeah, I said I hope that we've seen a couple of injuries here with your first team captain as well a couple of weeks ago when he hurt his knee as well.
Absolutely.
And we wish her the best of recovery and the speediest of recoveries because it isn't looking very good at the moment.
No, it's not. If we recap for the game in the first half, Cardiff Met got a flyer in the 18th minute where Maddie Shootback was hacked down by Bywater, who was very fortunate to still be on the pitch.
Extremely fortunate.
Extremely, absolutely. And a Shootback slotted the penalty away to make it 1-0 to Cardiff Met in the second half. Sliced back pass there from Brown, if I remember, got picked up by Powell. Indirect free kick, and Liv Thompson set up Ayling for a thunderbolt in the top corner there to make it 2-0.
Wonderful strike again. I think she's going to be a front runner for the Up the Archer Met Skills of the Week again for the second time this season already.
Absolutely,
with that
goal. Yeah, beautiful strike. And then with about 10-15 minutes to go, Gilbert there was able to round the goalkeeper after she got caught in no man's line and just tap it in to make it 3-0. And ironically, the ball might have not even reached the net at one point, it looked like.
Yeah, I said the wind has been very temperamental. Very strange conditions in the second half. It has died down a lot now, and it's almost pleasant at the moment. But certainly, the start of that second half, the wind was playing a massive factor, holding that ball up in the air and pushing it on an extra 10 metres, I'd say, at times. And Cardiff Met have done very well to deal with that, both in an attacking aspect and defensively.
And in one of the funnier moments of today, to talk about Met skills, Met bloopers here, we had a foul throw from Dagnall, who apart from that has been absolutely exceptional today.
Yeah, she's also another person who stood out for me today. Calm in the middle when we've needed it, and she can be certainly very happy with the performance. But I think everybody from 1 to 11 has really put in a good shift today. Liv Thompson, I would love to see what a heat map is from the amount of times that she puts those sprints in and runs in behind, and she was working non-stop. And obviously Shootback, the star player for Cardiff Met in midfield, who was exceptional again. But then, and Westhoff, another one of the American triplet, who is very composed at the back, very physical, very strong. And then Finch, I said it is my player of the game today. I can't stress how impressive she's been in a team full of stars. She really has stood out, and seeing as she didn't start last week, she can be very, very happy with that.
Yeah, completely agree with that. On the other hand, we of course got Bath City here, who came here with a game plan to press high, which many teams haven't actually done to Cardiff Met, but it just hasn't paid off. And even though they have been seen as Cardiff Met's closest challenger, they really ironically have been blown or swept aside by Cardiff Met today.
Yeah, they really have, and I think it was nice to see at the start that somebody tried to come out and go toe for toe with Cardiff Met, because coming down here and watching Cardiff play, they sat back and just invited the pressure on, and I think it was nice to see that somebody actually tried to go out and take the game to them. And there was a couple of times in that first half where it possibly could have worked, mostly because of mistakes from Cardiff Met, probably not from Bath creating anything, but still they probably could have gone into the half at 1-1 at least with that chance from the captain earlier on in the half. But as we said, it's been a pretty dominant display again from Cardiff Met women, who are flying high at the top of the league here in Bucks and also in the Welsh Prem. But as we said, it's another sad situation here as Kitty Mills is still down on the ground and in what seems to be a lot of discomfort. We think she's hurt her knee or her ankle possibly, and it's a very sombre end to the game in what has been a very thrilling contest, Hatch.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a fantastic contest there. By the looks of things, the referee has effectively ended the game there for 3-0 to Cardiff. And just the main thing is now that Kitty just gets the main treatment that she needs and get her safely. Here comes the wheelchair there to wheel her away. If we focus on to our second live encounter of the day, obviously at 4:30 we have the Cardiff Met men's against Bath Uni men's here. Obviously I'll be a part of it. What are your thoughts on the upcoming event?
Well, I think that, you know, I haven't been able to speak to you a lot throughout the season. You've been disappointed with some of the games that you guys have played this year, and you're still in contention, having won the Bucks League, was it twice in the last couple of years?
Yep.
You're hoping to do that again, and I think you've still got the opportunity to get into the playoffs, which is the main thing, and you've just got to rekindle and find that form that you've had throughout the year. But as we said, it looks like Mills is going to be taken off in a wheelchair here. I'm not sure whether she's going to be going to hospital or not. I imagine she probably will. But as we see, she's been lifted up. She has been on the floor for about 10 minutes now. And
yeah, and just going back to the men's game there, if we do win today, we are guaranteed the top 3 spot, which gets us, obviously gets us a playoff place. But looking forward to the knockouts, of course, Cardiff Met have effectively won the Southern Prem. They are guaranteed a quarter-final home tie.
yeah.
Do you think there is any university out there that could potentially come here and challenge Cardiff Met?
Not that I've seen this year, Hadj, if I'm totally honest. I think, you know, the quality that we have in the outfit, with the majority of these girls playing Welsh Premier League on a Saturday as well, it's going to take a lot, perhaps a miracle for a side to come and beat them. And I think the thing about this team is that they know that they're favourites for every game that they play, but they still come out and they're still very professional, and they still try and put on a great performance as they have done today.
Absolutely. Ironically, speaking of being unbeatable there, over the past couple of years they faced a bogey side in Birmingham Uni there. They've been a challenge. They've knocked the women's side out a couple of times. Do you reckon that this squad is strong enough, and with us and with the spine of the American trio, do you reckon they'll be able to put that bogey side and hoodoo past them?
Yeah, I think, you know, as they say, third time's the charm, isn't it, Hadj? And I'm hoping that this time that they can put in a good performance against Birmingham. It's all looking likely that we're going to have a face down with them again. But I think that this team has certainly got the ability to beat anybody that comes in front of them.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking there now. Kitty obviously on the wheelchair, nice and warm. She was in extreme pain there. She's just being wheeled off, and by the looks of things, I'm not 100% sure. She might have had a little smile on her face, which is good, and a deserved round of applause from everyone.
It looks like we're going to go back to the game as well, Hadj.
The interesting thing is, yeah, we're basically on the 101st minute here, and the referee might be.
I imagine the watch has stopped, so I imagine there's about 5 minutes left.
I think it was about 4 or 5 minutes left. Yeah, we'll see here. This is very interesting circumstances which we haven't seen too rarely. Very rarely do you see a game go into the 100+ minute. But of course, with the unfortunate injury of Kitty there, and interestingly now, with all of that, Cardiff Met are down to 10 players as well.
Yeah, because they've already made their 3 substitutions, haven't they?
Absolutely, yeah. So we'll be interested to see what the referee does now. Just looking. So we got all 21 players on the pitch now, just looking for the ball, and we'll see what happens from here. Very, very somber situation to get the game kicked off again.
Yeah, but it was nice to see Kitty Mills not have to go off in the back of an ambulance. Obviously, heavy strapping on her ankle.
Aylin just gives it back to Powell here, and we'll see.
We're underway.
I mean, it is just a flat environment now. It's basically game over now. The players know it, and with Kitty's injury, it's going to be very difficult to get with. Powell plays it down the right-hand side now. Poor touch, and Ayling plays it down the left channel there, and it just rolls out for a goal kick.
So it's always tough when you see one of your good friends get injured, isn't it? And I think it's going to be tough for Cardiff Met ladies to get back up for the game, but hopefully they can just finish off and not let that injury to Mills phase them too much.
Yeah, I mean, there's been obviously a natural change of formation there in a 4-4-1. I just assumed that Cardiff Met would just be looking to see it through now, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I think they're going to be looking to hit the channels and, you know, go down the line and run the rest of this game out and hopefully get away with a clean sheet, as we'd spoken about earlier. But it really has been a complete performance from Cardiff Met in really, really tough conditions. I don't think we can stress how tough those conditions were at the start of the second half.
Yeah, there you go. Gilbert there putting a little press on Dagnall's header. Finds Gilbert over the top there, but she is basically isolated down the right-hand side. She somehow manages to get past one player. Gets Bywater. She skips past Bywater again. Gilbert!
Oh, what a goal that would have been!
And again, Bywater. I mean, I've seen Water turn quicker than Bywater has today. Lord have mercy on her.
Wow, what a wonderful run from Gilbert, because she had absolutely nobody with her, and she took on 4 or 5 Bath players there and really made a mockery of their defence, as you said. Bywater looking like she was walking in treacle a little bit.
I mean, yeah, Bywater really has had a poor game today. She looks like she was running with the wind pushing her back. She now turns slower than Water. I mean, the only thing that we can give her is the fact that she can head the ball.
Yeah, it's been a tough day for her, isn't it? You know, we've got Liv Thompson and Gilbert up front now at the moment, who are very, very fast and, you know, really stretch you as a defender. And she is lucky to still be on the pitch.
Oh, hello, Ailing that goes over the top. Bywater against Gilbert again, but this time Bywater manages to get to the ball and just hook it out for a throw-in. And if I'm being truly honest, if I was in Bywater's shoes, I would just be looking for the final whistle here. I really just would want to get home and rethink everything.
I think that it's one of those games now where everybody's kind of looking for the end of the game, with that injury that happened and took about 10-15 minutes out of it as well. Kind of took a little bit of the spice out of it, and I think everybody just kind of wants to get into the changing rooms now and probably see how Mills is getting on, and hopefully she's good and she's gone to get the x-rays. And
hello, that little flick on, passed on by Dagnall, and it's just
into the
harmlessly gone out for a throw-in. I'm sorry,
lovely technique though.
Oh, absolutely great technique. Apologies there, he went out for a goal kick, not a throw-in. But as you said there, winds died down, the rain stopped. I mean, it's not bad conditions now. Westhoff there with a solid header. That just sums her up. She's just been solid today.
She has been very solid, as has Finch on her right-hand side as well. The two of them on the right-hand side of defence have been absolute rocks for Cardiff Met at the back today.
Yeah, absolutely, that is just the ball managed to get a little deflection, and it's out for a corner. Bath play it nice and quickly down the right hand side, cuts inside by Fife, little drop of the shoulder there, Fife still on the ball, Fife goes out for a goal kick there.
She had another attempt from Fife there, who has been probably one of the sprightlier players for Bath today, and she certainly tried something throughout, but she just couldn't get anything going for her team today.
Nah, she hasn't. She has been sprightly, she has tried her best, but she has lacked the quality that you need to be able to penetrate this solid defence that's consisted of Westhoff and Finch. And again, the ball just doesn't want to play ball.
Yeah, the wind is still here, Archer. We think that it's gone, but certainly over that side of the ground it is causing problems for Randall, who really hasn't been tested that much by Bath today, but she certainly has been tested a lot by the elements.
Yeah, absolutely. If anything, I think the elements have given her a bigger challenge than Bath attack herself. And there Randall goes long, and it is full time here at Kincoid campus, and it finishes 3-0 with goals from Schuback in the first half, Thunderbolt in the second half from Ailing, and a lovely finish from Gilbert to make it 3-0. Unfortunately, in the last 5 minutes, Kitty Wells had to be wheeled off there, but at the end here on Kincoid campus in the wet and windy conditions, Cardiff Met 3, Bath Uni 0.
Yeah, thanks, Haj. It's been a great day, and 107 minutes of gameplay today, unfortunately thanks to that injury, but it has been an emphatic performance from the women, and they march on up the table again, 4 points clear at the top of the Bucks tables, 2 points clear at the head of the Welsh Premier League. Can anything stop this Cardiff Met women's side?
I don't think so, but just a reminder here, 4:25, Cardiff Met men's against Bath Uni men's. Please tune in, and we'd like to see you there later.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, bye.